You're thinking about using Relay Bank, aren't you? Maybe you've seen their ads, read some reviews, or perhaps a friend mentioned them. They promise a lot: streamlined business banking, powerful expense management, easy invoicing, and a whole suite of features designed to make running your business smoother. Sounds pretty good, right? Almost too good to be true? Well, that's exactly where I was a while ago. I was looking for a banking solution that could keep up with the demands of my growing business. Traditional banks felt clunky, slow, and frankly, a bit behind the times. I needed something agile, something digital, something that understood the unique needs of a modern entrepreneur. Relay Bank popped up on my radar, and after some initial research, I decided to take the plunge. Now, let me preface this by saying that Relay Bank is a good banking solution for many businesses. It has its strengths, and for certain use cases, it truly shines. But like any tool, it's not a one-size-fits-all solution, and there are definitely aspects of my experience that I wish I had known before I signed up. These aren't necessarily deal-breakers, but they are insights that would have helped me manage my expectations, avoid a few headaches, and ultimately, get the most out of the platform from day one. So, if you're on the fence, or even if you've just started using Relay Bank, stick around. Because today, I'm going to share with you everything I wish I knew before using Relay Bank. Consider this your unofficial guide, based on real-world experience, designed to give you a clearer picture of what you can expect. We'll dive into the onboarding process, the daily ins and outs, customer support, specific features, and some of the nuances that aren't always highlighted in their marketing materials. Let's start with the onboarding process. On the surface, it seems straightforward. You fill out some forms, link your business, and you're good to go. What I wish I knew, however, was the level of detail they require for certain business types, especially if you have a more complex structure or multiple owners. Be prepared to provide extensive documentation, not just your EIN and articles of incorporation, but also proof of address for all key stakeholders, detailed business descriptions, and sometimes even a business plan. This isn't necessarily a bad thing. It speaks to their commitment to compliance and security, which is ultimately good for everyone. But if you're expecting a lightning-fast setup similar to some consumer-focused fintech apps, you might be surprised. My advice here is to have all your ducks in a row before you start the application. Dig out every legal document, every registration, and every piece of identification you can think of. The more prepared you are, the smoother this initial hurdle will be. There were a couple of back and forths with their team because I didn't have a specific document immediately accessible, which extended the setup time. It wasn't a nightmare, but it was an unexpected delay. Once you're in, you'll start exploring the dashboard. It's clean, intuitive, and generally well designed. You can easily see your balances, recent transactions, and upcoming payments. One of the major selling points of Relay Bank is the ability to create multiple accounts for different purposes, up to 20, I believe. This is genuinely fantastic for budgeting and expense tracking. You can have a separate account for payroll, marketing, taxes, operating expenses, and so on. This level of granular control over your finances is a game changer for many businesses, and it's something I absolutely love about Relay. What I wish I knew, though, was the importance of setting up these accounts strategically from the very beginning. I initially just created a few generic ones, and then later had to go back and reorganize everything as my understanding of my own financial flows deepened. Take the time to map out your expense categories and income streams before you even start transacting. Think about your profit-first approach, or your envelope system for business. Relay truly empowers this. Now, let's talk about transactions and transfers. Moving money around within Relay and to external accounts is generally seamless. ACH transfers are standard, and you can also send wire transfers, though there are fees associated with those, as with most banks. What I wish I knew before was the processing times for certain types of transfers. While internal transfers are instant, external ACH transfers, especially to smaller, regional banks, can sometimes take a bit longer than you might be used to with a large national bank. It's usually within the standard 1 to 3 business days, but there were a few instances where it felt like it stretched a bit. This is less of a relay-specific issue and more a reality of the banking infrastructure, but it's something to factor into your cash flow planning. Don't assume an external payment will land the next day, especially if it's a critical vendor payment. Plan with a buffer. Another feature that draws a lot of people to Relay is its integration capabilities. They boast connections with popular accounting software like QuickBooks Online and Xero, as well as payment processors. This is a huge time saver. Bank feeds are generally reliable, and the automatic categorization of transactions can significantly reduce manual data entry for your bookkeeper or accountant. However, what I wish I knew was the nuances of these integrations. While the connection is robust, the initial setup and ongoing maintenance sometimes require a little more attention than just a simple connect and forget. For example, ensuring your categories in Relay perfectly align with your chart of accounts in your accounting software is crucial to avoid messy reconciliations later on. There might be some initial tweaking and mapping required to get everything flowing perfectly. Don't expect a plug-and-play solution. Be prepared for a bit of fine-tuning, especially in the early stages. And periodically check your integrations to make sure everything is still syncing correctly. Technology has its glitches, and it's better to catch them early. Customer support is an area where I've had a mixed bag of experiences. Generally, the support team is responsive and helpful, especially for technical issues or simple queries. They offer email support and in-app chat. What I wish I knew was that for more complex issues, or for situations requiring deeper investigation, the response time can sometimes be a bit longer. There were a few instances where I had a more intricate question about a specific transaction or a feature's behavior, and it took a little longer to get a comprehensive resolution. This is not to say their support is bad, it's just something to be aware of. If you have a time-sensitive, critical issue, don't rely solely on email. Consider using the chat feature for quicker initial responses, and be prepared to provide as much detail as possible up front to expedite the process. Screenshots and clear explanations go a long way. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.